Mm. All right. Beautiful people from all over Africa. See you again. Keep doing. Who came first? Who came first? Joyce. Okay, so I'm going to Joyce. I do this every time. So let me see. Yeah, I found it. Joyce Bar from Ghana. And this is Joyce. Thank you, Joyce. And okay, the internet will not win. Promise you. So I hope you agree with me. It's been one of the most interesting 3 weeks of experience. Weeks. Is it 3 weeks or 4 weeks? 4 weeks. How's it been so far? Can you guys hear me? Please confirm you can hear me. You can see me well. Awesome. Beautiful. All right. So this is your last class for this particular cohort. And yeah, we'll do these rounds at the end. Good to see you once again. So today we're talking about how to create an effective pitch deck for investors. So I'm going to ask you a few questions before we start. So have you pitched before? Have you been to a pitch contest before? So drop me a yes or a no in the chat. No, no, yes, no, yes, not yet. Okay. Mm, okay, a lot of no's. All right. Okay, so since you've not been to a pitch contests before, have you have you watched one before? I'm sure you've seen one before. Maybe you watched it in Lion's Den. Lion's Den. Is it Lion's Den they used to call it? So have you watched it before? Yes. 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 Beautiful. I'm happy you watched it before. At least you've seen what it looks like.
Lema, you are breaking up.
So I
I turn
now
off your video. Let's see.
assume since you've not been to a pitch contest before, possibly you've not written a pitch before. So have you written a pitch deck? So let me confirm that.
Lema, can you
Written,
hear me?
not necessarily presenting.
Lema, can you hear me?
Okay.
Deme, turn off your video.
So have you written a deck? Have you written a
Deme, are you back?
Yes, I'm back.
Maybe you should turn off your video. I think it's dragging so much network. Network is very bad.
Okay, so I've turned it off. So let's see how it works from
Sounds
here.
better though.
I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. These things happen. All right, so we will just try to maneuver the whole system. Please confirm you can hear me. All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so okay, so my video will be off for obvious reasons. So let's try to manage the internet, and so that we can at least have a good session. All right, so I now asked you the last question. So have you written a pitch before? Let's say you've not presented one before. Have you been privileged to write one before? Please type. Don't drop emojis because I may not be able to know if it's a yes or a no. No, 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 no. Okay. A lot of no's. A lot of no's. All right. For Google Hustle Academy. Okay, awesome. You must have had an idea. Okay. The no's are more than the yes. All right. So let's say, so how do you rate yourself? Let's say you want to just rate yourself over 10. I want to know what level you are on. We'll try this again at the end. If you want to rate yourself on your knowledge of pitch writing, pitch deck writing, yes. Over 10, please do that in the chats. Oh, you got the grant. That's good to know. Congrats. Okay, 3, 7. Okay, there's an 8 here. That's a lot of numbers. Okay, 0, 5. Beautiful. All right. So like I normally do, the aim of taking that quick poll is so that at the end we'll be able to check again to be sure you've moved from a 9, you move from a 0 to possibly a 7, or from 5 to a 9. But let there be a significant leap from where you are. All right. Okay. So let's get started. Meanwhile, who else agrees with me that it's been one of the most interesting 4 weeks? Please agree with me in the chat. Do you agree or do you not agree? You've gotten 3 times grant and funding. Beautiful. Congrats, Jan. Do you agree with me that it's been one of the most productive 1 month you've had? From the digital skills to the financial skills and now the entrepreneurship skills. It's been a very, very absolutely productive week, productive month for you. Time went so fast. Well, it does, especially if you are not keeping track of it. All right. Absolutely. Thank you. And I'm happy I was part of the crew that made that happen. And so we are going to do all the big shout outs at the end to all the trainers, to all the impactor team, and AU team, etc. So we'll do all of that at the end. But thank you so much for always coming around to learn. We really appreciate it. Of course, we won't be here just like a business. We won't be here if you were not here, right? So thank you for always coming around to learn with us. We love you so much, and we are hoping to see you up there. Okay. All right. So let's get started. Let's get started. And please, if at any point my internet kicks me out, please bear with me. It's not today is not just my internet, it's a general problem. All right. So if you're not hearing me, or you're not you definitely not see my video because we're trying to manage the internet here. But if you can't hear me, please let me know, right? So that I can try to maybe change position or refresh the router or something. Okay, so let's get started. So today we're going to talk about creating an effective pitch deck for investors. Now, I like the fact that it's clearly stated for investors because you pitch to an investor, right? You pitch to an investor. They're pitching so that they'll give you money, or they invest in business just so that you can up your game and they take their own equity and everybody's happy. All right, so we're going to be doing an introduction to the business pitching. Then we'll talk about understanding your investors, who is your target market in this case. Then you talk about elements of a pitch deck, and then crafting your pitch deck itself. Then we'll talk about the elevator pitch briefly, and then the pitching exercise. I'm hoping we can do that pitching exercise before you go, and then we'll jump into the conclusion. All right. Please, if you have questions, keep it in the Q&A. I can assure you, if you put it in the chat, nobody will see it. So questions, keep the questions in the Q&A. And please, we don't share our decks. We don't we don't share a recording from Zoom. The guys on YouTube, you can always go back and watch it. Somebody asked me yesterday, how long would the video stay on YouTube? I don't know. So the best you can do is, if you want to go and download it and keep it. We don't know how long to stay there. I know it don't stay there for too long, right? So go there. If you are there already, make sure you are concentrating. It's the same class. It's just streamed on a different platform for people whose devices cannot accept, or there's a little trouble with Zoom. All right, so go to YouTube, stream. And remember, those on YouTube, you are going to be having your attendance shared there. Please call for it at the end, all right? Then the guys on Zoom, your attendance is captured automatically. Okay, so are you ready? Today's your last class for this particular cohort. Today's your last class, so tell me, are you ready? Drop me a yes in the chats. Yes, yes, yes. Are you ready? Ready? Okay, you're all ready, obviously. Okay, and don't forget that my eyes are constantly on the chats and constantly in the Q&A. If you have questions, please go ahead and drop it there. Chubuza is here, Sandra is here, and the Impactor team is also there on the YouTube. If you have questions, please do well to comment. Yeah, I know the YouTube attendance was not shared yesterday. I'm sure that we'll find a way to capture that. I already asked one of them to go to Sandra to complain that, to lodge that complaint. Okay. So let's talk about pitching. You already understand that pitching is designed for you to be able to tell about your business and what you want to do, your prospects, and how you want to get it done, and all of that. So let's talk about the power of a pitch deck. So it's the opportunity to introduce your business to a potential investor, and it's also a visual representation or visual presentation that outlines your business models, your strategy, your team, your financial forecast, in order to grant them an opportunity to see if they are okay with your model, to be able to give you some money to invest in the business, or maybe buy some equity out of it. So what you do with it, I know what I've asked you this, if I asked you this question, all of you would have had different answers. But this is technically what captures everything. It presents, outlines your business model, speaks about your team, speaks about your strategy, and your financial forecast. All right? Now, understand also that when you talk about pitching, yeah, your audience in this case are your investors. They are your investors, the ones that are supposed to be giving you the money to run the business. So your audience are your investors. So your investors could be a bank, they could be angel investors. I know you've heard that a million times. They could be venture capitalists, they could be private equity companies, they could be impact investors. Now, banks, everybody knows how banks operate, right? I don't know what it is over there in your country, but I know banks used to give loans for maybe 20% per month or per annum. So getting bank investment used to be very, very expensive because those guys are out there to just rip you off. That is number one. Then number two, the angel investors usually have high net worth, that usually high net worth individuals and just interested in early stage startups. And they always emphasize your business. You need to always emphasize your business idea, your passion, and your growth potential. And on the other hand, most times angel investors always look for equity. On the other hand, venture capitalists are these guys that are actually interested in high growth and scalable businesses. So you want to highlight your business model, the market size, and the traction. And then the private equity guys are typically guys that invest in mature companies with a stable cash flow. So you focus on they focus on financial performance and your plan for growth. While the impact investors are investors that actually have an intention to generate positive, measurable social and environmental impact alongside a financial return. Now you can think around who you might class under an impact investor, a private equity, a venture capitalist, or an angel investor. Because when you get to understand each of these investors, that you can look for help, then to give you an idea of how to tailor your pitch to their interests. When you understand the kind of investor that you're actually writing to, you get to have an understanding of how you should tailor your pitch to their interests, right? So let's go ahead. So now, again, speaking about understanding your investors. Remember, your audience in this case are your investors. So let's talk about their preferences. The angel investors always prefer early stage startups, often in sectors they're familiar with. And they have expectation of ownership equity, high return on investments. They're often willing to take risk, as for the angel investors. Then the startups, the venture capitalists are interested in startups. They have preferences of startups in high growth sectors with proven business models, and they have expectations on high return on investments, and they often want to be involved in being a strategic decision maker with less risk tolerance than angel investors. And on the other hand, the impact investors are businesses that actually generate positive social or environmental impact alongside a financial return. That's their preference. And then they always expect financial return, maybe not high, and measurable positive social environmental impacts. And then the private equity investors are the mature, they are looking for mature established companies with a steady cash flow, and they always expect a stable and consistent return on investments. They often want involvement in strategic decisions as well, just like the venture capitalists would do. So if you have an understanding of this, you have an idea as to how you should pattern, your kind of pitch. Again, the angel investors are best approached by entrepreneurs, again, in their early stages, and they have need of seed. These guys have need of seed funding, and sometimes mentorship or maybe industry connection. These are angel investors to show you the way, to hold your hands, just to help you to get there. And then the venture capitalists are best approached by established startups that have a proven business model, and they are ready to scale and can absorb large investments, right? And then the impact investors are best approached by businesses with a strong mission, aligned with social or economical impacts, having a viable financial model. You might think about brands, maybe not brands, let's just say organizations. For people that are trying to promote green energy, they will be classed under impact investors. They have the money to spend, but they are looking out for businesses that are trying to promote environmental impacts. You can think about that also. And the private equity investors are mature companies that actually seek to grow, restructure, or enter new markets. That is a different kind of investor. Now, if you have an understanding as to how or which investor or what your business model is and what you're trying to do next, you know if you're supposed to approach an angel investor, if you're supposed to approach a venture capitalist, you're supposed to approach an impact investor, you're supposed to approach a private equity investor. Now, moving on, there is another understanding you need to know, a couple of tips for angel investors. Get to show your passion and your potential for high return. You want to also highlight the unique selling points of your idea. You also want to emphasize your team's experience, and dedication that will work for an angel investor. But if you're thinking about a venture capitalist, you want to demonstrate a very clear path to profitability, also want to demonstrate a clear path to scalability and a very strong exit strategy where you get to provide market analysis, financial projections, and all of that. Then for an impact investor, the pitching tip you need to add there, you need to clearly communicate the social, the environmental impacts your business will have. You need to prove your model's sustainability and scalability. You need to show the evidence of your achieved impact as well. And another tip you want to pay attention to is for you to demonstrate consistent profitability. You want to also articulate your plans for growth or restructuring. You want to also showcase a strong management team that will work for a private equity investor. I hope you got that. Please tell me you understood what I just explained on that understanding. Awesome. Okay. Now, for those of you that have already done a pitch before, I'm sure you have an understanding as to what we are trying to explain. So if you are just learning for the first time, please take notes, take screenshots if you want to. Okay. So let's talk about the keys of a winning pitch. First of all, you want to do a proper introduction. An introduction will be brief profiles of you and your team. And of course, you must highlight the relevant experiences and the relevant roles. And your business idea. Your business idea should be very clear, should be engaging, should be able to capture the summary of your products, summary of your services, and its uniqueness. What makes it unique? What makes it special? What is special about your unique value proposition or unique selling points? That particular thing that should make you carry it on your head. And also, you should also do a brief analysis of your industry, the size, what is trending in your industry. If you're in the fashion, if you're in the real estate, if you're in the confectionery industry, whichever one it is, want to do a brief analysis of it. And then your business model and your market analysis. What that means, you must have done a thorough market analysis. So this particular section should capture a quick overview of your revenue generation, the target market, and its potentials. So you now go down to the financials to capture the snapshot of key financial projections. I remember most times investors always look for businesses that have put in some money first into their business, not just want money to start. You must find an angel investor to be able to help you do that, and they're very scarce. Right? So strong emphasis on your closing should be on your unique value proposition and the investment opportunity. Right? So you want to tell them exactly what they should do, tell exactly what you do and why it should be you. All right? That should be very, very strongly emphasized. So let's break down each of them in details. So again now, first of all, explain who is on your team. Who is on your team, what is their role, and any other relevant experiences. You want to show why your team is uniquely qualified to execute that particular business plan. And then again, you want to also highlight the key team members and their role in the business. You also want to provide a brief overview of their relevant experiences and their relevant achievements. You want to paint that picture and make it big. For instance, if I tell you I'm leading a team of trainers training female business owners across Africa, I wouldn't be wrong. Am I wrong? I'm a lead trainer with Impactor. So you must know how to tell your story. You must know how to introduce yourself. So somebody hears, I'm leading a team of trainers training female business owners across the continent. You want to sit back again and look at me again. It looks big, but is that what I am? Of course, that is what I am. So again, apart from the fact that you need to tell about what you do, You also want to know how to tell your story, right? You can have picture, maybe can station Jen. Jen is a CEO, 10 years in the tech industry, and Jen has led projects at company A and B, oversees strategic decisions. So if I want to tell you a little about myself, I can start by telling you I'm a I'm a trainer with Impactor. I'm a founder of this. I'm a trainer, lead trainer with Impactor. I lead a team of trainers training female business owners across the 54 countries in Africa. We've been able to cover over 94 countries globally. And we've trained business owners, mentored business owners. I belong to a team that build website for business owners for free. We offer them free mentorship and we offer them free therapy sessions. I'm leading a team also. I belong to a team also that is championing the training of young informal sector Nigerians in digital skills. Right? So you must know how to tell your story, right? So the introduction is very, very key and very, very important. So if you don't know how to write to introduce yourself and make it look attractive, you might want to employ the services of artificial intelligence, ChatGPT, Gemini. It can help you, right? Okay, I hope that makes sense. Please let me know. I hope that makes sense. Then the second one would be your business idea. Your business idea. So you want to spell out how your business idea is important. You want to define your product, you want to define your services, you want to state the problem, the product or the services itself. And of course, you can't just state your business idea without stating a problem, without making a problem statement known in that pitch. So your problem statement should be able to speak about what the business or what the service is trying to solve. If I actually mentored a business owner in South Africa, I think that was somewhere around August, who told me he cleans sneakers. I was like, what? Sneakers? Now, I never knew that there's a business like that, right? I was so shocked that there are businesses that are just specialists in cleaning sneakers. So I now began to interrogate him and ask him, okay, so how is it done? So he was now telling me about the machines that they use to get the things done and how he has been doing it. And there's a large market in South Africa for it because a lot of people wear sneakers and a lot of them don't know how to take care of it, especially all these high-end expensive sneakers. I was so shocked, the same way you're shocked right now. So there must be a problem to solve. That's the point, right? There must be a problem to solve. And of course, that is what makes it unique. There should be something unique about you, about that business. And I've mentored a lot of businesses across Africa, and I've heard a lot of funny, funny businesses that people are actually doing. So you should be able to find a niche that you're actually providing solutions for. Okay? I hope you got that. All right, so let's go ahead. So introducing this, and this is a typical example, introducing the health access. So this is revolutionizing the rural healthcare. And now there's an app for quick, easy, and affordable healthcare at your fingertips. The target market is focusing on undeserved rural communities, and their unique selling point is bridging the healthcare gap through technology. So you want to define the product, the target markets, and your unique selling points. The product, the target markets, your unique selling points. All right, so that's an example. And let's go over to the next one, which is capturing the industry overview. We want to speak about navigating your industry landscape. So an industry overview will actually provide you with an insight into the market you are entering or the market you're about to break into. Speak about the market size, to speak about the market growth, to speak about the trends, to speak about the key players. So what you want to do is to research your industry to be able to gather data. And of course, somebody like that guy that cleans sneakers will say, in a year in South Africa, 20,000 sneakers are bought. And within the same year, maybe half of that is trashed because they don't know how to take care of it. The owners of the sneakers don't know how to take care of it. So you must be able to do your research and gather up some figures. Gather up some figures so that, because investors like hearing figures, we tell them you had a 20% increase in the last 2 years after you invested $1 million. They will want to sit back and listen to you again. And the business just existed for just 1 year. And if you ask them, okay, I need $2 million extra to be able to make 50% 50% interest in the next 5 years, across the next 5 years. They want to listen to you. So figures are very, very important. So again, do your research and present your data on the market size and market growth and everything, and also identify the key trends. Yes, investors like figures. Yes, that's very correct. They want to also identify the key trends that affects your industry. The example here would be the mobile healthcare industry that is worth over 50 billion today is expected to grow at a 20% CAGR over the next 5 years. Okay, I don't know what that CAGR means. I'm sure you say. So you want to also capture figures, very, very important. What existed, what is current, what existed, what is present. You want to do a little before, during, and after, and what you're projecting. All right, those figures are very, very important. They like listening to numbers. Okay, so pay attention to that. Again, okay, so that is a quick break for questions. I've not seen any questions so far. That means they're understanding everything. So let me just move on. Then we can take all the questions at the end. So let's go to the next part. Let's go to the next part. The business model and the markets analysis. So you get to understand your business and your market. What you want to do is to identify compound annual growth rate. Thank you so much, Williams. Okay, I didn't even know what that meant anyway. Williams sounds like somebody in the financial industry. Thank you for helping me. Thank you so much. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead. So you want to identify your main revenue streams. Identify your main revenue streams. Also want to define your target markets, and then why is your offering needed in the market, right? That should speak about your business model and your analysis, the market analysis. Remember, you need to carry out a strong research, right? Example here is we earn revenue through a subscription model, targeting the 10 million rural residents lacking easy healthcare assets. So you must be able to tell your story in a very attractive way. Okay. All right. So let's go to the next part. Business model, still on the business model and analysis. So different revenue streams that you can actually utilize. Now, the part here is your revenue stream can be based on any combination of the following. So it can be based on your product sales. For example, if you're selling physical products, digital products, can be based on service fees, consultancy fees, repair fees, can be based on subscription fees or subscription model, monthly subscription for your software products, yearly subscription, or anyhow you want to factor that. And then it can also be an advertising revenue that is generated from ad placements. It can also be a licensing fee. This one allows others to use your intellectual property for a fee. And it can also be a commission fee. You can take a percentage from transactions made through your platform. It can also be a commission fee. So product sales, could be service fees, could be subscription fees, could be advertising revenue, it could be licensing fees, it could be commission fees, etc. All right, so let's go to the next part, the business model analysis. So this is a case study of Uber. So Uber actually employs the commission fee model. So Uber's revenue stream actually takes 20 to 25% of each fare as their commission. So all the rides you've been doing, you know that the Uber drivers are also paying a percentage back to Uber. So Uber charges drivers a service fee for using their technology and using their platform, right? And also the advertising revenue for Uber is their in-app advertising. Also provides another source of revenue for them. All right. Okay. So that is a commission-based kind of model, and it can apply differently for different other kinds of businesses, depending on what you're doing. if you are buying a software or maybe you are buying a VPS, a virtual machine, those ones are on subscription basis because you pay yearly, monthly, or however flexible the service is provided to you. And now under the business model, still there's a target market. So the target market can be based on any of the combinations. Could be also based on demographics. I know you heard these demographics maybe a million times within the past 1 month. The demographics to be capturing their raw data, the male, the female, where are they living, what is their age range, and all those raw data. Also captures their geographic model, their geographic data. Are they resident? They're resident in which area? Maybe urban areas of Ghana, of the DRC, of Nigeria, of Pretoria, etc. And the psychographics now, the psychographics from the word psychology, the eco-conscious consumers, how the spending habits, etc. Their behaviors, especially if you're advertising on Facebook, you can get to see their interest, behaviors, and their demographics. And then the industry, maybe small to business enterprise, small business enterprises in tech sectors, etc. Okay, so again, another case study of Uber. In this case, Uber are actually, the demographic is the urban commuters of all ages. Anybody can use the Uber, or maybe Bolt, or maybe InDrive, or what is the other one now? There are a lot of them now. InDrive, I know InDrive, I know Bolt, I know Uber. I'm thinking of the last one that's in my head. I've forgotten them. And then there are also psychographics. You get to rider, yes, thank you. That's what I was trying to remember. The convenience seeking tech-savvy consumers will fall under their psychographics, and then the behavior will be the frequent travelers or those without personal transports. So this would be Uber's kind of market. Now you need to also capture what your own kind of market is. So now under the markets or customers needs, you want to also identify your customer pain points, and that will allow you to be able to create solutions your customers actually find valuable. Remember, the purpose of being in business is so that you can solve problems. If you're not solving problem, that means you're not in business, right? And then the benefits here would be, benefit of business customer-centric would be to, customer-centric businesses actually succeed by understanding and serving customer needs. So it drives innovation, it fosters loyalty, and leads to growth. Now, what this means there is, until you are paying attention to your customers, you may not be able to solve their needs. If you are not solving their needs, you will not get their money, right? You will not get their money. Again, still on that business model, we have uncovering the customer's pain points. So first of all, you want to carry out the proper market research, investigate your industry again, and then your competitors to be able to reveal your potential customers' challenges. Like Uber, they solve the problem of transportation. Remember how life used to be during the taxi days, crazy times, right? Very crazy times. So now Uber came and solved that problem. So you don't even need to know the person, right? Uber and the boats. Uber came first, then the boats, the riders, Lagos Ride, and all these other ones. So you do carry out a proper market research, and then carry out surveys as well, use online tools to directly ask your customers about their needs, their difficulties, and that will be very, very essential. And then also, give me a second, please. Sorry about that. And use online tools to directly ask your potential customers about their needs, their difficulties, what is tough with them. And you can also use interviews. You can hold one-on-one interviews, one-on-one conversations with your customers to also have a deeper understanding into their experiences, because you want to optimize a system that is actually solving a problem for them. And direct customer feedbacks also will help to uncover your customers' pain points, their reviews, their suggestions, can highlight several areas around the business that you can actually improve. Personally, I don't like buying products that there are no feedback. There are no feedback from customers. Because I want to see how the other person felt about your product or about your service before I now pay for mine. Right? Okay. So Uber identified a customer pain point as the difficulty in hailing a cab in busy cities through research. So they addressed this problem by creating a user-friendly app, allowing customers to book a ride with just a few taps. Uber and the rest of them. Still under business model and market analysis, what market does your product or your service meet? What market does your product or your service meet? So first of all, we talk about the convenience it provides, the home delivery services for groceries, and then they also talk about the efficiency as well. For example, the software that automates all your tedious tasks. If you've used Zoho before, you will know that Zoho is a lifesaver to people that actually get to generate invoices and receipts and all of that. And you also think about the affordability, discounted goods for your budget conscious, the luxury also, the premium services for high-end customers. And I even found out that there are some businesses, there are some people that can't buy some products because of how cheap they are. So if you are also in that class of people that do that, it's fine. I mean, some products are not even designed for the lower class. Interestingly, some products are not designed for the lower class. Now, if you see some luxury brands, have you seen Lamborghini being advertised before? Tell me, have you seen Infinity being advertised before? How about um, how about Rolls Royce? Have you seen Rolls Royce being advertised before? No. What about Gucci? Gucci and Armani. Have you seen Zara being advertised before? They are not. So those businesses actually operate on. Okay, I've seen Rolls Royce. These guys use Rolls Royce for InDrive. Use Rolls Royce for one of their adverts. Very nice adverts they actually put out there. I've not seen it. I've not seen. You won't see luxury products being advertised. Now the reason is very simple. How do they call it? They call them no products, no adverts kind of products. No adverts kind of products, right? Because it's not everybody that can afford it. In movies, you won't see them run adverts like what Coca-Cola does. Yes, and you can see very high profile influencers. And that is maybe one or two occasions. You won't even see it on a normal day, right? So these guys don't advertise their product to just anybody because a regular person will not be able to afford their products. So the luxury things should also be considered when you're actually doing your product. So some people ask me sometimes, what can be a unique selling point? What can be a unique selling point? What can be a unique selling point? Some people ask me sometimes, what can be a unique selling point for some businesses, for a business um, that I'm trying to find. Can I use price as a unique selling point? Yes, I was trying to put the question properly. Now I tell them something. I tell them if you want your product, if your product is classed among the high-end products, well, you don't need to drop your price. And then I'll use an example like product like Peak Milk. Peak Milk's quality has not dropped, in my opinion, right? The quality has been the same for ages now, right? All you've been able, the only thing you see is that the price goes up. The price goes up. The products would not, the quality will not drop. So also what your market needs, what market needs does your product or your service meet? These are the questions you need to answer. Convenience, suppose your product or your service is supposed to meet the convenience, the efficiency, the affordability. It's supposed to, if your brand is designed to cater for the high class luxury brand, we call them, sometimes you can hear an English words like articles of ostentation or the innovation, right? And all of that. So you want to also think about these things if you are in that industry, right? If your products or your services are in that class, right? Again, not all products advertise, not all brands advertise. They call them no adverts products. think about any high-class brand. They don't advertise, but we know they exist. So only people that have the funds for them are the ones that go for them. Even Tesla, someone just mentioned Tesla. I don't know, Elon Musk has his way of putting himself out there, putting the brand out there. But ultimately, I don't think Tesla, I mean the car now, I don't think they advertise, right? Uh-huh. So that is just to bring to your notice. So it's again still under the business model and market analysis. So Uber in this case thought about Uber disrupted the transportation markets by actually addressing the key market needs, which is the convenience. So Uber gets to provide an on-demand service that can be accessed anywhere, anytime. Maybe not completely anywhere, because there's some locations there's some locations I've been in Abuja and it was almost impossible to find a ride, right? But in accessible areas, you always find a ride. And then the efficiency came into play as well. And Uber used their technology to connect drivers, to connect riders at real time. Yeah. And it was not just accessible, it was also very, very affordable. It was very, very cost effective. I mean, the only reason why it is not cost effective right now is because transportation is generally very, very high. Right? So it became an alternative to the traditional taxis, etc. Now, the innovation there is Uber actually revolutionized the transportation industry with its platform-based business model. So users can actually book a ride in just few taps. You can pay automatically, you can pay with a card, you can do your bank transfer, you can pay cash through the app or physically, or you can even choose from different levels of services to suit your needs. You can find the boats economy ride, you can find the boats high class ride. Now they even introduced the delivery thing, right? They're stealing businesses from the delivery guys within big cities like Abuja, right? So all of this, all of these are the problem that Uber came to solve. So let's go to the next one, financial projections. If you will give me a second again, please, let me just sort my internet before it goes down. Okay, I asked for a second. Please, can you hear me now? Let me know. Can you hear me? All right, beautiful. Thank you. Okay, so moving on. Today's your last class, don't forget. So let's spend a little time talking on this. So let's talk about the financial projections. So the financial projections actually provide estimates of your company's future, capturing the revenue, the expenses, and the profitability. So your financial should actually um, project your revenues, yes, your costs, and then the profits for the next 3 years. And then to highlight your key assumptions underlying these projections. What could be a possible thing you're planning to do? So you can say something like we project revenue growth from 1 million in year 1 to 5 million in year 3, assuming a 10% conversion rate from a target market. So you can tell an investor, okay, because I made 20% in the past 1 year, I know I can make 100% in the next 5 years, something like that. You should be able to put a projection in place. So the projections again you need to also carry out your proper market research, and then revenue estimates. You want to carry that out, study the markets, identify the average price points for your products or your services, the size of your markets, and the estimated market penetration rates. You can use all that information to estimate your revenues, maybe in the next 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, or however it comes. And also the cost estimation, the tools The total costs, you want to identify all your costs, production costs, running costs, operational expenses, marketing, sales costs, any other overhead costs. In Nigeria, you have to add the power costs and power cost and power cost again. Add it to your operational costs, right? Because transportation has been really, really high because of how expensive food. I think you had over maybe 500% increase in the past, maybe 700 in the past 7 months, and it's been quite very, very interesting. So you also capture your projects, your profit projection. You want to subtract your total cost from your revenues to estimate your profits. So based on your market research, for example, now we are estimating selling our product at $50 per unit to 1% of the target population, giving us a revenue of 2 million naira, $2 million in the first year. Right? So all of this can be captured when you're speaking about your projection. But the key assumptions in this case would be you want to list out all the underlying, you want to list out key assumptions underlying your projections, and that can include your conversion rates, your customer acquisition costs, and then you also want to capture, you also want to be conservative while doing that. So it's better for you to err on the side of caution with your projections. You want to be conservative in your estimates, especially when you are dealing with an unfamiliar market like in Africa. Africa is an unfamiliar market because you never can tell exactly what will happen. And also to again be conservative when you're dealing. So a typical example would be our projections assume a conservative market penetration rate of 1%, an average customer lifetime value of $300, and a customer acquisition cost of $50. All right, so let's go to the next one. Please, if you have questions, keep it in the Q&A. We'll answer all the questions at the end. All right, so the investment opportunity is your ask from your investors. How much do you want to give out of the companies? You want to clearly state how much investment you are seeking. All right, how much money you want. It shows how much funding you are seeking and what you use it for and what the investors stand to gain, because most of them are there for business. All right, explain how the funds will be used, highlights all the expected outcomes and all the milestones. Clearly state how much you're seeking. Don't forget that, and how the funds will be used. All the expected outcomes, align them, align the potential return for the customers. You can say something like, so with a $1 million investment, we can expand our services to reach 50% of our target market within the next 3 years, offering a potential 20% return on investments for our investors. Okay, so it could be something like that, or it could be something a little different from that. So again, you need to spell out how much you want, how you use the funds, the expected outcome. Very, very important. So we'll answer all the questions at the end, but please, if you have questions, put it in the Q&A. Let's go to the next one. Your presentation, visual presentation in your pitch deck. So you need to use graphs and charts. You need to also use images. Your graphs should also actually capture data that makes complex information easier to understand. Remember, I spoke to you the day we spoke about data and insight. It will be difficult for you to present a set of numbers for somebody to be able to detect exactly what those numbers are saying. But if you present them in form of graphs, charts, line graphs, bar charts, histogram, and all of that, you can present, if someone can just look at a financial projection by just a glimpse, and they're able to tell exactly what those numbers, what those figures were saying. And make sure if you use images, make sure the images are high quality, because you also want to create an emotional engagement to reinforce your message, to reinforce your brand identity, and make sure your images are relevant to the content. Don't be talking about a lion and you're putting a house. Lions don't live inside a house. I don't know how that came. Right? So make sure your images, make sure your images or your pictures actually speak about, they align with the message that you're trying to pass. I hope you got the message. All right. And be consistent and be very clear in your pitch. Means maintain a consistent design throughout your pitch. Don't be pink, black, red, purple, indigo, all at the same time. Those designs ache my eyes personally. So I wonder how it will happen to an investor. Now you can look at Impact has all our decks. You must have seen the three Impactor colors, very, very dominant on our designs. Yes or yes. You see the orange, you see the maroon, and the whites. Yes or yes. All right? Let me confirm if you guys have been paying attention. I'm sure you have. So all our decks have always had that color identity, right? So stay one place. Choose a struggle. Don't be picked today, you're black, purple. No, no, no. It doesn't work that way. Same thing in branding. Please don't be different things at the same time. Stay one place so that the angel can find you. All right. So use proper fonts also. Use good fonts, font color, font style. Choose a struggle, yes. Font color, font style, font size, everything. Try and be consistent, all right? Make it attractive. I mean, it's not an assurance that they're going to get the job, but let's imprint your excellence in their minds. Possibly there's somebody that's a perfectionist among them that want to call you back after your presentation. You never can tell. And and what I'm telling you now has happened to me a lot of times. Just be excellent out there. Whether you win it or you don't win it, be excellent, right? And be very clear and simple. Don't use big, big jargons. There's a senator we used to have. Was he a senator or be an House rep member? I used to speak big, 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 big English in the floor of the house. It is a pitiable dismal pisma and all those kind of things, all those wonderful English. Keep them for your jokes. Nigerians will be able to understand that guy. Honorable Bayabo, one of his, I think it was in those states, right? All those big, big English, please keep it in your archives. Don't write all those industry jargons. It's not necessary. Stay one place, of course. Stay one place. So the angel can find you. Abalo, thank you for reiterating that. So make sure your English is simple, is clear, and the message is understandable. Even to those unfamiliar with your industry, you should be able to craft your message in a very simple and concise way. All right. So let's look at the do's and the do's and the don'ts of a typical pitch. So first of all, if you want to get a message across to somebody, you want to market, first thing you should do is to know your investors, right? Know them, know your markets. You're trying to market a product out there. Know the market you're trying to market it to. And so you need to carry out your research. So knowing your investors is top on that list. And don't exaggerate the claims, right? Stick to the facts. Investors always appreciate authenticity and transparency. If you've not made $1 million, don't say you've made $1 million. They may want to do their research without even involving you, all right? So say what is true, okay? Say what is true. And then familiarize yourself with your pitch deck. You don't want to go out there and just speak jargons that doesn't rhyme with your pitch deck, right? Don't use complicated jargons, all right? There's proof of concept. You want to showcase traction, you want to showcase your market data or prototype to validate your business idea. And then you don't want to rush your pitch if you're presenting. Time to explain your ideas. You want to do that very clearly and concisely. You don't want to speed, all right? So you can, if you speed up, you may confuse the devil. So don't speed, just be calm. Keep it concise. And don't neglect the Q&A. Be prepared for questions. Of course, they will ask you questions. So it's a chance to show how deep you are in your knowledge. And then end with an ask. Offer them something. Don't forget your passion. Passion is contagious. Show that you believe in your business and you're committed to success. Okay, it's okay to confuse the devil. Well, all right, so let's go to the next one. Examples of a good and a bad pitch. So the competition slide actually does show the strengths or the weakness of the company and other industry players. So look at this pitch now. Look at this. Looks like a bad one. So look at it. The text is too wordy. There are no visuals. There are no data references. This is for YouTube. YouTube is a brand in question right now. So YouTube, you can see the problem, the competition, company purpose, market size, the team is too complicated and complex. Let's look at a more concise one. It's a little color just to make it final. All right, and then your deck should be your deck should not be too much. All right, your deck should not be too much. 10 slides is great. 10 slides is great. Now let's look at another one. That is for YouTube. You can see a lot of pictures capturing what they've done over time, A, B, and B. Few words, visual designs are also there to add. You can provide a proper market research and information around the pitch. Yes, you can confuse the devil, don't worry. All right, it captures everything about what you're supposed to say. So sometimes someone can just take a look at your pitch, at your design, and just know the message you're trying to present without even you saying anything. All right. So again, your pitch needs to be concise, needs to be simple. You also need to capture with designs, pictures, images, etc. Okay, so let's talk about the elevator pitch. Elevator pitch. So you want to craft the elevator pitch. Now, what is the idea behind the elevator pitch? Who knows? Okay, I think the slide is already selling me out. So elevator pitch is a concise, engaging speech that is designed to spark interest in your business. So imagine you have a duration of an elevator ride, maybe 30 seconds. It can never be 2 minutes. 30 seconds to 90 seconds is what the estimate is to be able to explain what your organization does. So the idea is you meet an investor just by the elevator door, and you need to tell the investor about your business, right? You need to tell the investor about your business in 30 seconds. Now you see why you need to have almost everything at your fingertips, right? It's very easy for you to be able to explain everything to your investor within 90 seconds and give them an offering. There must always be a closing. What are you offering them? Remember, you need to tell them how much you want, what you'll be doing with the money, and how you want to do what you want to do with the money. All right. So the elevator pitch actually interrogates your ability as a business person to be able to tell your business story, speak about everything we've explained in the past 1 hour plus, and be able to present it as a business within 30 seconds. Within 30 seconds. So again, you must have them at your fingertips. I think that's the right word now, right? Have them offhand, whichever one works for you. Okay, so a typical elevator pitch. A typical elevator pitch will capture who you are, what problem does your business solve, not different from what we just explained, and the solution. How does your business or your service solve the problem? Again, remember your problem statement should be very strong, and your unique selling proposition. What is special about you? What is special about your brand? Why should I invest in business A and not invest in business B? Why should it be you? And a call to action, a prompt to actually continue the conversation. Possibly you want to get his contacts or maybe book an appointment or something, right? So this is where elevator pitch should actually capture. So it's a couple of tips for crafting elevator pitch. You need to keep it very, very concise, just like you mentioned earlier. Always aim for 30 seconds to 2 minutes. I think 2 minutes is even too much. 30 seconds to 90 seconds. So if you do 1 minute, 1 minute 30 seconds, that is 90 seconds now. Am I correct? 1 minute, 60 seconds is 1 minute, right? So if you do 90 seconds, it's 1 minute 30 seconds. Yes, I'm correct. So you should aim between 30 seconds to 1 minute 30 seconds. There's 90 seconds, to keep it very concise, right? You should be able to recite your pitch offhand, right? Because you never can tell where you meet somebody. And also learn to engage your audience. The audience in this case is your investor. You can start with a question or a compelling fact, but focus on the problem you solve and why that's your solution is very unique to what you do. And also practice. The more you practice, the more natural your pitch will feel. Don't go there and start jerking like a broken car. All right. So go there very confident because you know what you want to say and you know how to say it. And then the call to action. Always end with a call to action or a question to encourage further interaction. You want to get a phone number, get a card, get the conversation out later, and all of that. A couple of a typical elevator pitch would be, hello, I'm Fatima. I'm the founder of AgriHelp. And the problem would be, did you know that 70% of small-scale farmers in Kenya have no access to modern farming technologies, which result in revenue loss of 10 million Kenyan shillings each year for farmers? AgriHelp is a solution now. AgriHelp is a mobile app providing affordable, user-friendly farming technologies and expert advice to these farmers. And their unique selling proposition will be, unlike other apps, AgriHelp is designed specifically for the African markets, considering local languages and offline usability. Now, her call to action is, would you like to join us in revolutionizing? I almost lost that. Let me try it again. Would you love to join us in revolutionizing farming for thousands of small-scale farmers? I tried now, didn't I? I tried. I almost cut my tongue in that place. Would you like to join us in revolutionizing farming for thousands of small-scale farmers? Yeah, that was tough, but I did it. I survived. Don't mind me. So this is a typical elevator pitch. The typical elevator pitch. You don't want me to actually try that word again, please, please, please. I beg of you. Before I cut my tongue, before I finish. So let's just take the one I tried now, and then for every other subsequent one. Okay, previous slide. Okay, so look at it now. So this is Fatima. Fatima is an AgriHelp founder. Okay, AgriHelp founder who has an app and was able to present it. This will not take you 1 minute. This elevator pitch will not take you 1 minute. So she was able to tell the problem, tell the solution, and how she wants to do it in a very quick way. Right? English is not anybody's mate. Oh. All right. So let's see. Let's wrap it up. So elevator pitch. So you need to also practice the elevator pitch again. Practice, practice, practice. It's very, very key. Practicing your pitch is very, very crucial. It will help you to refine your delivery, to help you to be confident, to help you to strengthen your story, to help you to anticipate questions. You should be able to understand everything you're saying and have an in-depth knowledge of what you're saying. That will help you actually to know some questions you're expecting and possibly even answer the questions ahead. There's something I learned when I used to do field work. I used to have plan A, B, C, D, E, F. If plan A, B, C fails, D, E, F will work, right? So you need to be over-prepared. Maybe that's a word. Be over-prepared, right? Refine the delivery, strengthen your story, anticipate questions. Remember, it's not just about what you say, it's how you say what you say, right? It's how you present it. Like I told you earlier, if I tell you I'm leading a team of trainers that are training more than 90,000 female business owners across the 54 countries in Africa, am I wrong? No, I'm not. I'm a lead trainer with Impactor, and I can tell that. So you should be able to know how to tell your story, how to promote yourself, and make it attractive. Did you get that point? Learn how to market yourself. Learn how to market the brand. You are the brand. So carry the brand on your head. Learn how to speak good, well, in a very enthusiastic way, in a very romantic, but that's the right word, in a very appealing and what's the right word now? I'm looking for another word to add. Attractive. Learn how to speak about the brand in a very, very attractive way. Because if you don't speak about the brand, people will not be happy to invest in the brand. So you are the brand. So wear the brand, right? Make it attractive. Again, it's always most times depend on how you present the story. Most times it's not even about the content. Sometimes, and truthfully speaking, it's not even always about the content. It's always about how you present it. Yes, with your steez, you need to apply your steez for the Gen Zs that are here. These Gen Z people. Mhm. Okay, carry your business on your head, like puff seller, just like what Ekama just said now. Yes, carry it on your head proudly. One of my lecturers said one time when I was doing my master's, he said, "Don't carry somebody's own on your head and hold your own in your hands. Carry your own on your head, right? Be confident in telling your story. Be confident in telling about yourself, in what you've been able to achieve." There's a program with Google called I Am Remarkable. So before now, I have a few things I've had in my quivers that I can always make noise about. But I was coming from this background that will make you feel like when you speak about yourself, you're boasting. So I learned it the hard way that speaking about yourself, promoting yourself unashamedly is actually the way to do it. It's actually the way to speak. And of course, even if you went to an interview, you're expected to speak well about yourself, to market yourself proudly, proudly, everything you've been able to achieve. And that is how it should also be for your brand, right? If you've not heard anything, hear that last thing I just said. Speak about yourself proudly. Okay? Make yourself attractive by being able to present the message. Yes, yes, the confidence in yourself is what will make you be able to speak about yourself proudly also. Yeah. Okay, so let's go to the very last part. So the elevator pitch effective practicing tips. So first of all, you want to write it out and read it out loud for yourself. And it may feel strange, obviously, for the first time. But when you rehearse it and rehearse it over time, you can actually reveal your kinks in your flow and your presentation. And then you want to also time yourself. You want to keep track of your timing to ensure your pitch aligns with your allotted time. And your elevator pitch should ideally be under a minute. Again, I said should be 30 seconds to 60, 90 seconds tops, right? Practice in front of a mirror. Now go ahead and practice in front of people and ask for feedback. Practice in front of colleagues, friends, family. They might spot areas for improvement that you've overlooked, right? People that will throw stones at you if you make mistakes. Go to them. Let them throw the stones at you before you get to the investors, so you can take the corrections. And if you want to record yourself, that is also not out of place. You can record your pitch and watch it back, right? And that can help you to enlighten the way you spot and you presented yourself and your improvements and what you can do to make it better. So you want to practice. You hear the practice makes perfect kind of line. So the more comfortable you are with your pitch, the more confidence you deliver it when it matters. And remember, you're practicing it because not like you're going out there to give it to anybody at the moment. But you can always practice it and just keep it because you can always stumble on an investor at any time. It's very, very important you do that. So putting it all together, yes, it's a typical scenario. So you're a tech-savvy entrepreneur based in Ghana with a passion for e-commerce. So you've noticed that there's a significant number of artisans and craftsmen who create beautiful high-end, high-quality products, but struggle to find a wider market for their goods. And then you believe an online marketplace will solve this problem by connecting these talented artisans with consumers all over Africa. Now, the task there is for you to create a compelling 1 minute elevator pitch using the knowledge you've gained from what we explained earlier. And remember, you need to include the problem, the solution, your unique selling points, and a hook to continue the conversation. Write it down and share it in the group. So that is your assignment. There's your assignments. Okay. You're going to do that, but this is a typical example of what we are asking for. So in Ghana alone, we have over 200,000 talented artisans making remarkable high quality products. Yet 80% of them struggle to reach customers beyond their local communities. So enter Craft Hub, a digital marketplace tailored for African artisans by connecting these skilled creators to a customer base across Africa and the world. We project to increase their income by 50% within the first year. But Craft Hub is not just a business, it's a platform for cultural preservation and economic empowerment. So can I tell you more about how we plan to uplift our local artisans and generate profitable growth? So that is a call to action now. Is you trying to get more audience, maybe in a later date, to be able to tell more about the business, to be able to tell more about Craft Hub, and tell more about the brand. Okay, so key takeaways, we've been able to spell out what a pitch deck is and how important it is. Remember, a pitch deck is your chance to make a great first impression to potential investors, and it should be concise, it should be compelling, and it should be customer focused. And also, understanding your investors, who are your audience in this case. You need to tailor your pitch to your audience. I remember that there are different investors. There are different investors. The different investors between the angel investors, venture capitalists, impact investors, private equity investors, and the banks. Don't forget the banks. Even though I'm not much of a bank fan with business, but they are also one of the potential investors. And there are also essential elements. You don't need to forget the essential elements in your pitch, which would be the introduction, your business idea, your industry overview, the markets, the business model, the market analysis, your financials, and the closing. And remember to practice your pitch, whether it's an elevator pitch or it's an elevator pitch or it's just a full-blown pitch. Remember to practice it. So once your pitch deck is ready, you want to practice delivering it until you are very confident and you're very comfortable with saying it every time and anytime and anywhere. Okay, so I'm going to take the last pause here to take questions. I've not seen even one question from the Q&A. That means you guys understood everything I explained today. Yes or yes? Okay, so before I say my thanks, I want to take a quick poll. I want to take a quick poll like I normally do. So tell me, how are you feeling right now about crafting your own pitch? I know you said from start, some people said 0, some people said 2, some people said 5 and 8. So now I want you to rate yourself. I want you to rate yourself again over 10. How confident do you feel now? I've seen a 7, a 10, an 8, a 9, it's 11 over 10. 9.5. Okay, that's beautiful. Awesome. I mean, anybody below 7 possibly was not in this class. There's a 5. Okay, you must have come late. You know the basics. And of course, yes, we don't expect you to know everything. I just want you to feel confident so that you can always go back and put some things in practice. Now, the truth is, when you practice and start writing your pitch based on what you've learned today, that is when you can feel very, very confident and start practicing it just like we've been able to state there. You feel very, very confident with that. Okay, so good. Okay, so this is me telling you thank you for spending these 4 weeks with us. Is it 4 weeks? Yes, I think it's 4 weeks. Let me confirm. 4 weeks started on 9th of September. Okay, it's 3 weeks. Let me confirm. It's 3 weeks. It's not 4. It's 3 weeks. Spending these 4 weeks with us. Let me see if my internet will allow me to open my camera so that you can at least see myself, see my face. You can see my face again. Possibly till I see you again. the last class was to be on Monday. Yes, I know there was a class that was skipped. The class with the African Union team. I'm sure that class is going to be rescheduled, but for now, this is the last class from Impact Her. And I know you can agree with me that it's been an amazing 3 weeks. You agree, right? You agree with me, it's been an amazing 3 weeks. Okay. All right. So meanwhile, I want you to rate my training today over 10. Then we'll come back to the shout outs. So rate me over 10. How was I able to explain it for you? I want to see how good I'm getting. 9, 9, 9, 8. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. 9.5. Yeah, typical Nigerian lecturer, obviously. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, and for all the beautiful feedbacks. That is what actually keeps us going, right? That is what keeps us going. Now, let me see YouTube people as well. I know you guys are here. Let me see. So let's not do like the YouTube guys are not part of us. So let me see if I can catch them briefly. 9. Okay. Your presentation is wonderful. Thank you so much. So let me see if I can catch the YouTube. Okay, they're here. There are not many today. What happened? There are just 14 of them. Okay. So I want you to do a big shout out. Give me a second. Let me just meet the YouTube guys first before that question. So I'm looking at the two chats. Share the attendance for the YouTube. Share the attendance for the YouTube. And YouTubers, please click the subscribe to the channel, please. Let's do that, everybody. And like the video, YouTubers. And if you miss any of the classes, please always go back to YouTube. I think all of them were streamed on YouTube. So if you want to replay, please go back to YouTube and get it. I don't know how long the videos will stay there, but please always, if you want to download them and keep them, please do that. I really doubt how long they will stay there. I don't know. Okay. Thank you so much. Um, the attendance has been pasted for the YouTubers. So I'm trying to look at their, please check, Bola, please check the attendance. Let's be sure it's working. They said it's not working, Bola. Check it. I think you dropped the wrong link. This is actually the link of the YouTube, not the attendance. So please check for the attendance and push. Emmanuel, please can you help with that? Chibuzo or Emmanuel, please help with that on YouTube, so that we can get everybody ready. Bola, that is not an attendance link. That is a YouTube link. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. That is not an attendance link. So thank you so much. So I wanted to give a big shout out to Impact Her. Drop your favorite emojis for Impact Her. First place. Drop it in the chat. If you're on YouTube, I'm looking at you. Please drop it. I want to see it. Drop your favorite emojis for Impact Her. I see them. That's so lovely. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you. Mano, please help with attendance on YouTube. Thank you, everybody. Okay, so that's for Impact Her. So now let's drop for all the Impact Her trainers. Let's drop our favorite emojis for all the Impact Her trainers. All the Impact Her trainers, please drop your favorite emojis for them. Favorite emojis for the Impact Her trainers. Thank you so much. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming, keep it coming, keep it coming. We love you guys. Bola, thank you. Please click and fill your attendance. Love you guys. Anyways, you know that thing you guys do. So I'm trying to maintain my steez. And for those of you that were doing hamster combats, how are you feeling? How you guys feeling? All the hamster people, they threw you dust. Oh my God. Ah, let's not go to that story. Ah, it choke you, choking it. All right, so whatever it is, I mean, you guys are gonna be fine. I know. You're gonna be fine. Oh God. Yesterday was a very interesting day. I mean, I've not done crypto in a while, but I mean, I was following all the updates with all the fun and the lots. So you guys will be fine, I know. Okay, so now for the hosts, okay, our partners, which is the African Union. So I want you to drop your love for hamster. I go mention hamster. Drop your love for African Union. For AU, please drop your love for AU. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Drop all the love. Not hamster, please. Drop your love for AU and for all the impactor people. Okay, thank you so much. So it's been a good 3 weeks, and we look forward to the next cohorts. So please, what you're going to do for us, tell somebody about it. Tell someone about the program. I'm sure we are going to be having the next cohorts next month. I think it's from the second week. Let me confirm. October cohort is starting on 7th, except this date is changed, but the date is for 7th of October. That's going to be second week Monday. All right. So tell somebody about it. They can always come to. I'm sure there's a link that you actually filled to get selected. So please share the link with them, or maybe send them to share the link with them to join the group, and send them the link to join the group, and or possibly the YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. So when we are having another pro to see what we are doing. Thank you, Bola. Thank you so much. All right, prayers for Sudan. Please say a word of prayer for Sudan. It's been a war-torn zone for a while, but I wish you guys would recover fast, the same way the Tutsis and the Hutus. Did I get it right? The Rwandan guys, the Tutsi guys of Rwanda have recovered, and they built a very strong economy, a very strong tech industry. Same way, I wish you guys recover fast. Please say a word of prayer for Sudanese. We are hoping that peace returns to your zone. Same thing with Congo, Eastern Congo. I have a friend in Congo. I was trying to, we're trying to get a training across to their country, but we're not able to get it done because of the war that's been happening in the DRC. So please, wherever you are, say a word of prayer for them. Same thing with Israel, Israel and the Palestinians in the Gaza zone. And Russia and Ukraine. I mean, it's a very interesting time. So your prayers say something tell God something about them, and we hope everything will see. We hope they will listen to perspectives now. Call on all everybody to just cease fire and just everybody should just bring peace. And I wish they listen to you. All right, so let's just keep this and all of that. Okay, so that's been it. That is it for the past 1 hour 30 minutes we've been speaking. Attendance on Zoom is captured automatically. All right, so don't worry about attendance. Okay, but the guys on YouTube, please remember to fill the attendance. Topic today is introduction to pitch deck. Introduction to pitch deck. So yeah, so this is the first class I've not had any question. So it feels to me like you guys really understood what I was trying to explain, and that feels so good. All right. So bringing a thank you to you all the way from the most beautiful city in Nigeria, Akwa Ibom, where I am currently. I wish you all the very best. What did you ask, Erica? I think I must have missed that. I'm sorry. Okay, all the questions, they were questions, they were all responded to. Please check the Q&A, they were all responded to. My moderators, they did a good job. Thank you so much, Emmanuel. Thank you so much, Chibuzo and everyone else. The certificates will come, don't worry. All the certificates will come. And don't forget, if you didn't do 80% attendance, don't expect the certificates. And the certificates are captured automatically from the Zoom. So don't think you can cheat the system. All right. The ones that actually participated, certificate to come to you and to be co-branded between African Union and Impacta. Okay. Thank you so much. Love you guys. I want to see you out there at the top. Okay, so today is a Friday, so go out there and get those goals smashed up. And I'll see you when I see you. Right? If you're in New York, you can catch me up. I'll be here for a few more days. You can catch me up and before I run out. All right. Bye. Arigato. What does that even mean? Bye. Bye. I wish you guys all the best and be good. All right? Be good. Bye, 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 bye. Bye. I'll miss you guys. That's the truth. I think maybe my face is the one you've seen mostly than every other person's face. I think I've appeared for maybe like the fourth time, if not that. We'll miss you guys. Trust me, we will. But you need to give space to other new guys to come and learn like you did. So it's a good missing. All right. So keep you can always turn on notification on our YouTube channel because we always have sessions there. And if you have an organization that you want us to come and train, the digital skills training is free, but these other ones are not free on a regular day. Okay. Yeah, and all the people, Sandra, Emmanuel, Deborah, everybody, just everybody on the team. Thank you so much. We love you guys and we wish to see you at the top. If you have an organization that you want us to come and train, you must have a good number as well, right? So you can private message any of us, and you can strike a deal and get it done. The 8 digital skills courses are free. Yes, you missed my network trouble too. I know that. Today was stable now. Please bear with me, bro. I'm still in Nigeria. Presentation is not shared. Please, you can only watch the rebroadcast on YouTube. The decks are not shared. That's why I kept asking you to take screenshots, you can do screen recording and all of that. Okay? All right, you guys. Bye again. Bye. Bye.